um, another monitor. I'm so tired of not being able to have two screens up without dropping something I'm looking at. And the laptop is still here, but it's seen some serious kitty abuse, so it's kind of limping along. It's not loving life at all. It likes to be left alone a lot. It's like I wasn't a
Naowei.
cat toy, god damn it. Well, newsflash, you kind of were.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Yeah, the
Didn't
kids
you
have
know
no clue.
everything's a cat toy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was cats. I realized that. We're all just existing inside their world.
So, I'm guessing Karazhan, you have to do the crystals.
No, actually, we'll be going to the same rooms as the crystals, but as you scroll down that guide, you will see the similar rooms pictured, but there's a tiny item that'll be on the floor. A lot of all the secrets is taking stuff you knew existed, but it never mattered before. Like a note that was on the ground and you could have clicked it in car and read it, but that's all it would have done. It would have just said, well, why am I not in Ashen Vale? Oh, I am. Okay, good. Wait, am I? Yes. There we go. Now I'm online. Uh, it would have just said some kind of cryptic thing. Well, now what they're doing is they're going back and they're connecting those things, changing a little bit of detail. And so things that were formerly non interactive or irrelevant are now relevant. And the trick to the secrets community is it's all over the world. Like someone had to go where we're going and talk to an NPC that will simply say a sentence. That's all he'll say. Then you're supposed to realize that that's a reference. Like this is for you and Gothy. Like all of this, like the fact that you're not major players in Secrets community has everything to do with you guys. Like your level knowledge, having played since the very beginning of the game, being the people who stood in line for the releases, all that. Like you would need to know from this sentence that they're talking about the crazy cat lady. And all these people that play now that worry about their parse, they don't do enough of the game to be able to connect those points of view, right? They don't remember what the boss yelled just before he died. But you and Victor do. And that's how the secret community, like you're reading it and you're like, wow, that's really odd. That seems like this. And then you'd run out to the shack on the ally and talk to the crazy cat lady and you go, oh hell, she's still aggressive to me. Well, that's odd. What the fuck? And then you might look around the room of the crazy cat lady and you'd realize that the food bowl for the cats is now interactive. And when you click on it, it's going to say, yeah, these are the demons. It's going to say that the edges of the bowl are scarred and gnawed on, which I don't understand this. It would be fun, like you said, if they would come back and we were all together. I know they don't want to play the game I play, but to be able to ask and say, hey, what is this referring to? Like this makes no sense. Like I know that it says go to Kara, but I don't get the reference at all. Like I don't understand how chewed on edges means go to Kara. I'm lost on that. We're looking for something like this, and it's just a little outpost. And the NPC, you'll be able to talk to her. It's around here, or you can just look at that guide and it's going to tell us. I think it's right here. I think it's, oh, no, can't be right there. They don't like us. All right. Is there, wait, yeah, I still think it's right here. I've already done it on this character, so you need to come around this edge. No, over on all the way up in the air so you don't pull, and then drop down on me. Just ease up on her and talk to her. And she's going to say something
Vishnudati,
about a reference to the
goddess
crazy
Vaishnavi,
cat lady.
what brings you here? A loon light
All
your
right.
path.
Do you, like if I hadn't told you to go to the crazy cat lady, do you think that that amount of information would have started your brain thinking in that direction?
No, not really.
So I would that's see as I do it, I don't have the advantage of you, Ickis, and Victor still all playing and being able to ask shit of like back in the day. Ickis is busy fighting the good fight in Portland. You're doing your thing, and Victor is just persona non grata.
Yep.
There's no reason to ask him that shit at all, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Funny thing is I think if Matthew wasn't doing this whole thing with all that, you know, we deserve our rights. I think he'd be really interested in some of this shit happening because it is tying in the game, the worlds that you knew. Oh, why am I making you fly? This is stupid. Want to get a stone? Hey, let's walk all the way to fucking Swamp of Sorrows and then I'll port this thing. Yeah, feel free to mention when you see stupidness happening. I told you. They got me on shit
It's like,
that's my
man.
brain don't work quite right. They got me fucking foggy 24/7. I mean, I admit some of the pot for the nausea and the pain relief is part of the problem, but yeah, it's funny how thoughts are just like, woo. Okay, so obviously here we're to get back to oh, fuck. Whatever the community outside of Stormwind is, something Shire, I think. I don't
Goldshire.
know. Yeah, it's above Goldshire. It's where the crazy cat lady is. So New Home, where you come out as the trainer, if you turned and didn't go all the way down to the town Goldshire, but you cut her over like you were gonna try and get to Stormwind.
Yeah.
She's got that little house by the river.
I gotta manually
And
fly
if you
there.
get there before me, you just want to go in her door, don't engage her, and turn immediately to your right, and in the corner you'll find a bowl.
Alright. I gotta manually fly there, so.
Yeah, I think I do too. I was just trying to see if from here a flight point might cut the distance. I think just go up high and fly as a diagonal. It's probably the best way because like Red Ridge, this and the other, all those zones kind of meet up in that corner. So if you pass through that corner, you can cut off some time.
So, is the Kara thing timed?
No, well, yes and no. We're gonna clear the entire thing that we care about, and then once we click the first food, it will despawn out of your bag 5 minutes later. And every item. So basically, once you start, you have 5 minutes to complete it,
Oh, so
or
once you start it, you have. Once you
five
click
minutes
on the item, you have 5 minutes.
to complete it. Right. Because if you get there less than 5 minutes later, then that item won't be in your bag and you can't put it on the ground. And you have to have all the food put out on the ground for Jennifer to appear. So it's like a diagonal across the opera house audience floor, like where all the benches are. And you got to go across a diagonal of the room, and each you'll notice that the floor is all squares, and that each square would be one of the places you place food, and the pattern creates kind of a diagonal across the room. Not just absolute. You can't just go, okay, it's a diagonal and just do it by eye. You'll want to look at the picture on Wowhead. We'll put markers down on each place, and as we pick up the food, we'll clear a slot in our bag so that we have exactly as many slots as there is food to pick up in a direct line across the bag. So as you pick up the first one, which needs to be the first one you place because it will have the shortest timer, you will know exactly which square. It'll be skull. So the marker that's bouncing, the skull marker bouncing on this square is where the first item goes. And that's how you beat the 5 minutes. And it may take a few times, right? Like,
Yeah.
but that's how we do it. And only one person picks up food. So, it might be you that we choose because you're not, mentally hobbled, or it might be me. We'll just decide. But as I said, by the time we get to the moment where everything matters after that, it will be crystal fucking clear exactly where you need to go and what you need to do. You'll just be regurgitating steps at that point. Have you already found her? Because I'm doing a bit of flying around trying to find her hut.
I'm not actually sure where she's at, so.
All right, she's in the forest between New Home and Stormwind, closer to that mountain range, and she has a solo little hut. There'll be cats around it, and as you go in, there'll be her. And if there's a bunch of like a community there, that's not her. I think I might have found it. Oh no, hold on. So no, that's definitely it. That's Goldshire, not Goldshire. Definitely not Goldshire. Almost flew into Goldshire. I think
Yeah,
that
you
was the
said it was
fishing.
near Goldshire.
Yeah, well, because New Home is above Goldshire, right? I think it's called New Home, the starting area for humans. So the idea would be you come out of the starting area for humans and just run along the mountain
I found a
side.
place with a lot of cats. There's.
That sounds right.
That's
Is
not
that
right?
that sounds right? That sounds
Oh.
correct.
Yeah, it's. You just went past it. But there's a. Yeah, crazy cat lady. Donnie and Thania.
Okay. Then just go in the room, but don't like engage her. You don't need to talk to her, click her, or cause her anything. Just as soon as you walk in the door, turn to your right.
To the empty dish.
Yep. And see this claw, I just still do not see the connection.
But I
But
see
there
the
must
piece of
have been
food out
something.
there. There's supposed to be. Ah, there's the other piece of food. And so you're supposed to draw a line on the map, supposedly.
Oh, you're looking at the car part. I was like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no food at this stage.
No,
All
no,
right.
there's two little, like, almost like pebbles in there. You
Oh,
can't
okay.
interact with them, but they show a thing on the map, basically.
Oh, a clue. Huh.
Yeah.
I did not know that part. Okay, here we go, Stonard again. And then we're going to new car and not old car. So
Too
second
far away.
floor. Um, that's it.
Box.
And compared to Pebbles, you have just did all the steps other than the putting the food. Like this is maybe the hardest step, but also the simplest step. Like everything else was actually a real, like you had to be able to know the game so well.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I miss? I never
Pebbles.
was as good as you guys at, but back in the day, you go to Ogamar and people would be playing the like lore quiz. They'd be all like, "Who had this saying?" And they would like quote something from the game, and you were supposed to remember it.
I'll be right
I
back.
it, I think it was an add-on, but I've never seen people use that nowadays.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah, that's Red Ridge, so I went too far. Yeah, the night I did this with Ambi, she had to go right as we got to the solution, And she's like, "Oh yeah, just go ahead. You got it. Here, this is it. All you have to do is put all the foods in these spots." I was like, "Okay." She left, and I sat there and tried to figure out how to put markers on the ground, and realized I couldn't do it without somebody. And I was like, "Fuck it. I'll just wait then, I guess."
Alright, I'm back.
Just head to Kara.
Yeah, they actually tell you should have about a 360 item level to do this, so.
Oh, inside Kara.
Yeah,
I can see
but
because you
that's only for
do.
solo, so.
Well, the thing is I could see them saying that, but it's not directly true. In that you need to be able to walk around and pick up items, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of just trash in the dungeon.
Oh,
So
I
you have the
know.
option of either trying to avoid the trash and pick up the items and make the timer, or kill all the trash and then go pick up the items and not give a shit about them.
Oh,
So if you choose the latter, then you definitely want to be able to kill them for sure.
I got a quest at Kara? Finite numbers.
Oh, I see the tower in the distance. It looks like we're going to get there first.
Oh, I just turned first.
Yeah.
Now, it's the second floor one, which means it's. Should be here.
Yep. Looks like it. Yeah, just head in. I mean, I don't think we're set to mythic or anything insane. I could check, which I haven't. Uh,
Let's
what did
see,
I
this
have?
was in Legion, right? We should be able to do
Yeah.
this without any problem.
Oh, yeah. I can totally solo this place. Yeah. If I changed in arcane, I
While
could
I and
push
our
one
divide
button
our
and
effort,
do it.
I'll work to circumvent the
But I'm not
tower's
going to
magical
change arcane.
defenses.
So
You may need to take a more
basically, all we
blunt
want to
force
do
approach.
is I get a little turned
This
around.
goes without
We want to
saying,
go
but
to
be
the
on
main
your guard.
room with
I
Opera
sense
House.
something.
The Yep. This floor, you can just walk by everybody. You don't need to, but once we get to the Opera House, we'll need to take off our necks and backs. Because if you do too much damage, you can bug the fight. So my guess is you can just walk by these guys like I'm doing. Okay, maybe I can't walk by them. Thought I could.
I require a target.
And apparently I went the wrong way. I thought there was. Oh, right. We're supposed to go down here and down and then over. Okay. Kara always got me turned around.
Yeah, I've only got a 385 cloak, so.
Maybe, but 385
I do
didn't
not have a
exist when
target.
this content came out, so you overdo it.
Yeah, I probably will.
I need to target something first. I require a target.
Hey, I found loot! Alright, as for taking off the neck and back,
Yeah, you can't have shit like your corruptions and your metas going off because it'll bug the fuck out of the instance. Basically, what you do is you run around getting hit a lot until the mechanics of the fight all go off, and then just kill them. But if you kill it before it thinks it can trigger part of the event, it cancels the event, and then we have to go out and reset it. And we get 5 times over a period of time, or we get locked out of the dungeon.
Alright, I took off the Heart of Azeroth and my benthic cloak, so.
Yeah. And just don't smash things, just let it play whatever story is. You know that how long, like, is Romeo supposed to talk to Juliet? Is so and so supposed to do whatever? When I did this last week, it was the tea kettle, so you had to run around getting beat up until the guy in the corner entered the combat. And if you did it before he did, then the event
Good
never
evening,
finished because he
ladies and
never got
gentlemen.
triggered.
We proudly welcome you to this evening's
Oh, that
feature
sounds
presentation.
Which one is it?
Tonight, a tale of romance and rage. One which
It-
will prove once and for
Beauty
all
and the
that
Beast?
beauty
Yeah.
is more.
I think it is. It's the new interpretation of Beauty and the Beast, which what was
Can
Beauty
the
and the
fair
Beast?
Bella
Two
learn
people
to
have to
love
be
the
active,
surly
right?
brute? Or will
Yeah.
a ghastly curse
So we need to let the
claim
first guy
arms of
beat
the
on us
prince
until the
and
second
his
person becomes
servants?
active. And then once they're both
See for
active,
yourself
we
whether
can
the
kill them.
rose of passion blooms beneath a beastly veneer.
We might need to just
And now,
white hit down the first
on
one
with
to
the
get the
show.
second one to spawn. But what we don't want to do is like, you wouldn't want me to combustion or something like that that could just kill them. So I'll engage them by doing a passive damage to them.
Luminor, Mrs. Cauldrons, Bablets, let us disperse with these interlopers.
Oh, see, it is. It's that kettle guy, I think.
Who are you?
No, I don't really remember when we're supposed to start fighting.
You
Because
will
if
be
it
my
is the kettle guy,
desperate
he's
dinner.
not supposed to enter the fight yet.
Never.
See, it's this
I
guy.
only
Not the
dine
one
with
that's hitting me,
gentlemen,
this
not a
bigger
brute
one.
like you.
Cogglestone. I think he has to join the fight.
Starve to death for all I care.
No, this won't do. You outsiders will ruin our final chance to break the curse.
The true love, it burns es.
Guy that keeps throwing shit on us, why don't you drop a
Hope I
few
don't
white
spoil
hits
your
on
appetite,
him?
dearie.
The one standing next to the guy doing dick all? Because I'm pretty sure we need the guy doing dick all to get into the fight.
The true love, it burns es.
Hope I don't spoil your appetite, dearies.
Lots of disorient.
Yeah, we're standing in the middle of it. We should be avoiding all this.
Hope I don't spoil
But he's
your
like at
appetite, dearies.
73%, and you've already brought everybody else below 50%, so I feel like he must be the one that needs to come down. So I'm in his fire white hitting him. 71.9. I really want to use the talent on him, but I don't know what to use that won't
Hope I don't
fucking
spoil your
crush
appetite,
that.
dearies.
The candle.
Wait, he re-healed. Hold on, let me
Hope I
try
don't
something.
spoil
I might
your
fuck this up
appetite,
for us, but I'm
dearies.
gonna try it. Nope, it didn't work. I tried to dragon breathe him. I'm gonna use an ice block to reset my life. Oh, you're making
Hope I don't
progress.
spoil your
Yeah,
appetite,
67. Apparently, he has to take physical damage or something. Makes you wish we were doing this on tunes that it was actually their level so we could do something.
I got him to 50%.
Hope I don't spoil your appetite, dearies.
Okay, Mrs. Cauldrons doesn't move apparently. And I think the other one, Cogglestone, is already started?
The Cogglestone
Hope I
has?
don't
Okay,
spoil
then I
your
think we can
appetite,
kill
dearies.
people.
Yes, I'm sleeping in the cupboard.
But see, I feel she's still
If you didn't
green.
yell all the time, I wouldn't run away.
No, she's red to me.
I don't yell all the time. Why do you always say that?
Okay, that's good. If
There you go
if
again.
Cogglestone is red to you, then
It's
you're
just
doing something
immune
right.
to all damage.
Do you like
Okay,
books?
that's what it is. What is it that's
Ooh,
causing
I
that?
love
Let's read it.
books.
It's
Okay,
working.
it says
It's
all damage
working.
dealt increased by 50%. Protected from damage is spectral service. So something is giving it spectral service. The only thing we have left is this person. So do we kill him and find out? I say just use an actual talent and kill this person at this point. I mean,
Only beauty can kill a brute.
yeah, I can.
Quickly now.
Wait!
Get rid
Yes!
of them. It seems my rose has wilted.
Nice, well done.
It's killing
I really thought we were going to have to reset that.
No.
I might die here, I'm
Our
not sure.
dinners
Hold on.
together. Those hours
Okay, I'm
in the
not gonna die.
library. Oh, Brute, I love you.
It's too late.
All right.
Now,
Who are you?
hopefully, that did
Bella,
it,
it's
right?
me.
Oh, it did. It popped up on
is
my
you.
screen. It said we got
Come, my
credit
love.
for killing the
Off to
mob.
our
And the door
happily ever
opened, which is all
after.
you cared about, was the door opening.
I must get closer. I need to target something first. I am out of range. I do not have a target.
I killed myself. Just keep clearing forwards. Go slow. I'll be on my way back. I spawned a fucking thing from the other, whatever, my void. And I have
just
no
not sure
protection.
which
'Cause
way
I
I'm supposed to go. Down?
put your fucking cloak back on. Put your shit back on. I have all my gear with my corruption on it. When I took my back off, I didn't realize that I took off my resistance, and I just killed myself with my own corruption. All right, there we go. You want to get to the opera room and then clear the audience that was watching the opera, whatever that you just did. You want it, all of it, the whole room dead, because that's where you have to put the food. So nothing lives in that room that can interfere with you placing food.
Alright, the opera. Let's see.
Like we just fought opera, the audience area,
Yeah.
everything in the audience
Yeah,
area
I
dies.
know. I just gotta. There we go.
I turned around and started headed towards Ember Storm, going the right way.
All dead. Oh, there's a skeletal usher.
Won't let me jump down to you. Guess
Yeah.
they didn't want people running around opera event.
Yeah, they fixed that with this particular one.
Too far away. I need to target something first.
there's the soul fragment.
Yep. So if you just scroll down in the guide, you're going to notice that you're going to get to a picture that looks identical to the picture of the room you're in, but likely, depending on where you are in the room, it might look backwards. From there, you'll start to orientate yourself so you see where their markers are, and we're going to start putting markers in all those spots. That's going to be our turn in. After that, we're going to go clear all the rooms that have foods in them and the paths between them. And then we'll do a dry run where we don't pick up the food, but we walk the path back to the room where the markers are. And then we'll go back and start it all. And I think at that point, you'll feel confident. I don't have the picture up, but I think the orientation is from facing the crystal. When I stop talking and stop moving, I can drop WoW and pick it up. But I think the diagonal starts like over here in one of these squares, and then we're going to want to put raid markers in each square going around kind of like this. Like I'm not on the right path, just a generic version. I think it does a little hook at the end, something like that. And that's it. That's what we'll be doing as far as succeeding. We'll be getting the food in each of those markers. So you can see it yourself. I can put lead on you if you want to start doing markers. I need to go ahead and pull up that window for myself so I can see it too. And I might have us backwards from wherever the picture is. If you can see the purple ahead of you, then it starts on this side. If it can't, then we're on the wrong end of the room. We need to start on that side.
Yeah, it's basically at a diagonal, but the last 3 squares kind of change. Let's see. Room. Alright, it looks like it starts from this side of the room.
Okay, I had that sides wrong. Gotcha. So then it's going to be like one of these squares right over here by this bench, like this one or
This
something. It's
bench.
going to be skull.
It's this square right here, if I'm correct.
Okay, I
The
passed
second
you
bench.
lead, so you can put a raid marker there and just put skull and just follow the logical raid
Yeah.
markers. Mark each square as you go.
It's something I've never figured out is placing markers. So,
Okay.
but this
Yeah.
one right here, and this
Okay.
one,
Hold on.
this one.
Going too fast. This is actually a click thing. I don't have them bound. Okay.
Let's see. It's a total of 5 directly diagonal. Let's see. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. And then we go up 3 squares.
So we need markers on each of these 3 squares, or you're skipping these 3 squares?
Skipping those 3 squares.
Okay. All right. And the one you're on?
The one I'm on.
Okay.
This one.
Okay.
And this one.
That's the hook.
Yep.
Okay. These should stay for the rest of the time we're in here unless we change them. So once we have all the food, and you're going to see this again after you see the pattern of what you'd need to do, collect the food, this would be place 1. The very first food you picked up would have to go in this square and so on, because this would have the longest 5-minute running and so on down the line. Thus, the very last item you picked up would have the most time on it, and it would be star, where you just were. So if that's kind of clear, we'll go ahead and start clearing the rest of this.
So, skull to star.
Yep, and we're clearing Morosa's room, we're clearing Banquet, and we're clearing the path to that girl that doesn't look like she belongs in this dungeon. The big lady statue at the end of the hallway. We don't need to kill her, but we need to clear up to her.
I am out of range.
We needed to go both directions. I was just clearing. I can't remember. I think we need this. We need the side rooms too. I just don't remember which ones. Chicken bits there. I cleared that.
I require a target. Too far away. I need to target something first.
Found a crystal.
I believe it will start right here in front of the throne with chicken leg, and then it will go. Not 100%. We'll look up the next one. Then we'll come out here. Oh, right. It'll be chicken leg. Then behind this chair is what is it officially? Marbled steak. Then
Yep.
from marbled steak, we would come out here. And there's two that need to go.
I must get closer. I do not have a target.
We're going to look this
I
all up
require
on
a target.
Wowhead and go back and look at each item so we're real clear on it. I'm just kind of generically right now. I think here it's right here by this corner, and it's fishy bit.
Yep.
Then I think diagonal over here, maybe to this table for meaty morsel.
Orange, orange?
Orange, orange? Orange, orange is over.
No, it's right here.
Oh, orange, orange. I don't know that orange, orange is on the list. Meaty morsel? Right, meaty morsel. Then I don't remember if we go in this room or not, but I know the one that's fresh in my memory would be back out here, around the corner. And this one's an optical illusion, but if you know where to go, once you get there, you see it. But right there is another piece of marbled steak.
Yeah.
Then it would be drop down. That guy needs to go.
Yeah, because you can't actually drop down in this one.
I do not have a target.
That's good knowledge to know. I would have bounced against that wall a few times. All these people go.
The master hasn't been himself for quite some time.
Okay, the other one is something about pork, and it's a little clever screw you. It's not the big pork pig, it's the plate diagonal to his ass. And it's called slathered
Too
rib.
far away.
Oh, there were people
I
I
need to
left
target
behind.
something
Sorry about that.
first.
Thought they were all dead. So then in here, again, makes you think it's the big pig. It's not. It's this one I'm standing on right here. And then over by you, there's one more piece. And we're going to check all this against Wowhead to make sure I remembered them all and they're in the right places. But I think that's it. You shouldn't need to kill Morose.
Of course, I'll need a sample of your brain tissue.
I need to target something first.
We can if there's a transmog or something you want there, but I don't think there's a need for this. Because I think... Oh, that guy. Okay, I think the last item you would pick up will be right behind the chair here. And it is called a fishy bit again. So that's all the spaces I believe that need to be cleared. We'll go back and walk the path and check and confirm each piece. And then we'll decide who's doing the picking up and make sure their bag's cleared so the items fall in the exact order that they need to place them. And then it's just go. By the way, this would be the path as you get that last fishy bit. You'd be running like this around this corner, and then my guess would be leap at this point or blink, whichever one of us is doing it. But yeah. And then just straight into that room. Just got to get to Skull. Get to Skull and drop the first one we picked up, then the second one, third one, and so that's it. That's going to be the pattern. At this point, I think everything's been cleared, so it's just about running the pattern until we feel comfortable that we can do it without having to oh, wait, what do we do? So... ready to head back to the first piece of meat. We'll walk the pattern, or if you don't think we need that, we can just start picking up.
Sure. There's another orange here.
I saw that I was here with Ambi, and she had to leave before we placed the food pieces. I thought that was interesting. Where's that go? Is that something we need? This go? Oh, right. This is the right one. Yeah, you have it. We might need to come and clear this room. I can't remember if there's a piece of food in there.
There's a treasure chest in here.
Oh, that makes it worth it. I can't say I remember this room all that well, but that's a whole thing about this. You never know what little item tucked in a corner you never bothered to look at. So let's just get back to the... Oh, I can get the chest too?
Yep.
Okay.
The whole party can get the chest.
Nice. There we go. I say I vote that we go back and just re-walk the food pattern again and make sure that we know every place that we're going to start. And then the other one, whoever does the clicking should probably just go, and the other person just keep up, and if there's any respawns, they should deal with it so that the person clicking doesn't have to deal with shit. If they pull something, it's the other person's responsibility to peel it off them and get rid of it.
Well, I can clear respawns pretty easy, so...
All right. Sounds like you want me to be the clicker. All right. Let's confirm that this is item 1. It would be juicy drumstick. Can you confirm that to the list on Wildhead?
Let's see. Juicy drumstick is item 1. Marbled steak is 2.
All right, so
is 3.
Oh, not so fast. So we go from here. We got juicy drumstick, and then the next piece we need is a what? Marbled steak?
Marbled steak.
So the marbled steak would be a diagonal from drumstick to this chair. Behind chair, marbled steak. Okay, you see that? Then the next one would be...
Fishy bits.
Fishy bits would be out the door, along the wall, just past the statue, but before the lion statue. fishy bit.
Okay.
Okay?
The next after fishy bits is a meaty morsel.
Which would be diagonal to the cobweb chair, and on the table, meaty morsel.
Okay. And then we
I think,
need another marbled steak.
okay, maybe we don't need that room I was wondering about. Because the next marbled steak that I know of is out this way, and it's that place on the carpet that you can't see until you're there.
I must get closer.
Marbled steak.
I do not have a target.
All right, so that'd be our marbled steak. Then we would leave this way because we can't drop down. Makes you wish we were on a lock,
We
huh?
can drop down. Okay. Here.
Okay. Practice dropping.
Yeah. And you just jump on the table.
Oh,
And
you
over.
don't do it unless you use the table assist.
No,
Okay.
I did it earlier. I jumped over without using the table. But, see?
I think shortness might be an issue with this.
Yeah. But jump on the table and then jump on over.
I did jump on the table, and both times I do it, I fall in the gap between the table and the railing.
Oh, that sucks.
It does look, though, if I cut this corner where the stairs come up, there seems to be a gap in the invisible wall.
Yeah, I
right,
noticed you
right
do that.
there. I think that'll have to be it for me because I'm short. All right, so then we had our meaty morsel off the carpet. We drop down, then we run in here, and it should be slathered rib. Is that right?
We're at the hook, so it would be slathered rib.
Slathered rib would be behind the pig's butt.
Pig's butt?
The pig on the platter with the apple in his mouth? It's not actually him, though. He has ribs. It's this platter just off his butt here. Yeah. I'm standing on it. So then the next piece is a juicy drumstick,
yeah.
Which is that catty corner right to here.
And then fishy bits.
Which is the catty corner to here. And that's the pattern here. Then from here, it's the race back. So it's get the fuck out, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I really wish we were a lock, because right here we would just port gate and turn in. Right? Because you just put a gate up there and then down here, and we'd be all like, boom, hit the gate, I'm done. Well, you wouldn't be done, but you'd be at the room avoiding this run. This will feel like shit, because all the timers will be running. They'll be like, oh my god! And the other thing I don't know is when you get there, do you just stand on the spot and click it, or do you click the food and then place it, like our targeting reticle?
Oh, I hope not. But probably.
No. We don't know. We will find out. Well, I guess someone's probably done a video, but then it'd be down here, and then hopefully 5 minutes hasn't passed, and we get the first item done, second item done,
well, the whole
third,
run shouldn't take
fourth,
5 minutes.
Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and we're done.
Yeah, it shouldn't take 5 minutes.
All right. Shouldn't and can't. I'm filling up some slots to force all my drops onto the same line. And I know I have to pee. So I'm going to go do that. And I feel like we're kind of ready to get this underway.
All right.
All right, let me go get that pee done. Be back. Did you already head back to the beginning?
Well, technically, the beginning actually starts in this room over here.
Right, that's what I was saying. Did you head back to the first leg or whatever it is?
Yeah. I was gonna see how long it actually takes.
Say if you ever do this for the people around you now, you do them a favor and go on your lock. You can make them do everything else, but be all like lock portals for 100 gold. Because you say 5 minutes, we have plenty of time, but I still do not believe you.
Well,
Feel
it
like five
took me
minutes
a
is going to
minute
be
to
too short.
run. It took me a minute to run all the way to here. So.
All right. So it's here. No, it's here to outside the room. Okay, I'm remembering. Okay, I think I'm ready.
All right.
Let me count my slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move that. 8 on the same line with an extra slot just in case. I don't remember exactly how many items there are, but I feel like it's
There's 8.
less than 9. This is going to suck. I won't be able to talk without stopping what I'm doing because of the way my setup is. So.
Not a problem.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, click. Looks like 8 items because that one slot's open. Yeah, that's pretty sad. 2 blinks is not as far as 1 heroically. There's an equation I bet you didn't know until just now.
Yeah, I'm really not all that surprised, actually. Alright. We've got the juicy drumstick, the marbled steak, fishy bits, the meaty morsel, another marbled steak, the slathered rib, another juicy drumstick, and fishy bits.
I hear music.
So do I. And there's Jennifer.
Tiny as shit. More music and a reward.
Yep.
All right, that's it. Way less intense than I thought it would be. How much time do we have left?
Oh, Um, that was like 2 minutes.
Uh, so they really did make it doable.
Oh yeah,
I guess after the whole ball experience, they realized people were on their
the
nerves
ball
end.
experience. It is insane. That whole pebble thing is ridiculous.
Yeah. Like I said, I did it, but I totally understand. You got to do it on a day when you're feeling no stress from any source whatsoever, because if you don't roll with the punches, it's really frustrating. Okay, so we're good here. Yeah, the next thing is the rep thing. So if you're down with that, we can
Oh
get a
sure.
break, get a water, or stretch legs, and then start in on that.
All
That's
right.
going to be a while smashing old content to ruin our reps. And I'll want to get on my DK just because that's the character I'm going to choose to smash reps on. That's kind of exciting. I hear Jennifer's got old god skills, so for someone like
Yep.
you that actually plays, I understand it may be the go-to pet in the future. I don't know. You would know more
Well,
about
from
that.
what I understand, Jennifer's supposed to be really powerful, and so is Ball. So
Hey,
the
I'll
only
do ball with you right now. Like, I'm not going to do it to get it, but I will walk every step with you with ATT. If you, that's how you, I mean, I ultimately, I'm going to have to spend the day ruining those reps because I already waited a
Wait,
year for the flag.
how hard is to get ball?
ridiculously hard.
And super easy at the same time.
Serious?
Yeah, yeah. What I tell you to do, you're going to laugh at me to do it, but your chance of failing is a lot higher than you think it's going to be.
God damn it.
Do it, dude. Just to have the props. I know you're not down with pets, but you've nailed everything. Like every goal you set for yourself, you crushed yesterday. So if you, I'm not going to talk you out of what you're doing, but you are always welcome to jump in. And I've got a mage, so I'll be porting you guys the long hauls. And other than that, it's just get on your happy face, smoke pot, whatever you got to do to see the world in a sunny light. You need to
Visit
do
the
that before
bank,
you start
remove all your
ball.
gear. Oh.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you came home pissed from work, ball's probably not the best choice unless you want to kick the dog and beat the wife.
Yeah, I already did the first step of the pebble thing.
Yeah, you got one pebble down, and you
No,
need like,
no, I found the scroll.
oh, okay, to tell you to go get the pebbles.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I can catch anybody up. It's like, if you want to do it, just say yes, and we'll get you going. Just know that's what you're signing up for. It's not bad. Like I said, in the beginning, before we started getting on each other about the drowning pebble, me and him were just laughing, having a great time laughing at each other. It
The
wasn't until the drowning pebble that we both just lost it on each other and we're like, yeah, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know if I can actually do the full thing of pebble because
I think,
there's some items that I don't
what?
have.
What are you thinking?
There was something that required water walking.
We could just get a chamois in the group and give you water
Or you
walking
can get
pot on the auction
the
house.
mount thing.
Oh yeah, the item on your mount will give you water walking too. Yeah, we can solve those. Just write them down on a little note there, and we'll just
Or
address
you
each of them
get
before we start.
the boat mount from the store.
Yeah, the engineer item, which is what Ambi did, and she got there with extra time on her bar. I think we go this way. I don't know why we're running out. I am a mage. We could leave anytime we want.
Yeah, that's true.
But hey, that's
And
good
not to
too.
mention, we also have
It's this
Hearthstones.
way. Yeah, it's this way. But yeah, It's well worth it because I honestly believe that ball Jennifer is going to be a combo that they expect people like you to have. Like, there's going to be some mob out there, right, or some dungeon that if you can't field that kind of power, you're not. Oh, did you hear that Trick Amby says you're not supposed to say this in game or make a big deal of it, but so apparently there's an issue when you're doing dungeons that your pets get all beat up and you can't get them back to healthy. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay. The solution right now is that you have a backup tune set up with bandages. And what you do is you log out of the dungeon. You don't
Oh
leave the
my
dungeon.
goodness, really?
You just F4, but don't F4 because the launch will take too long. But there's that window where you can log out, get back in, and you're still in queue. You're writing that window. So if you get out, get on the other tune, then bandage the pets, then log right back in, it will not count you as left the instance or have moved you from where you were.
Oh, oh, oh.
If you get the timing wrong, it'll reset your instance and kind of defeat the
Yeah.
point. But yep. And, per me and per Ambi and anybody that gives a shit about this, you know better than to start saying this shit where Blizzard can pick up on it or put it
And
in
they
one of your
will ban
videos
you.
for people to watch.
Yeah.
Well, because as soon as they see this, they'll hotfix it.
Yeah. Not to mention they will ban you for that kind of thing.
I don't know that they will because you're not cheating. You're using existing mechanics. So I think it's a gray area one right now. Like your intent is to cheat. But technically, right, you're not altering the game code. You're not doing anything against terms of service. It doesn't actually say you can't log out of your character and heal it. I mean, you could go, well, I thought this was the same as me hardening out and repairing. Right? Could you make that argument? Do you want a fast ride back to a city? And if so, which city?
I don't know. Which one's the closest that we need to go to?
Oh, for which one are we going to start?
Either one. Just
what
are we doing?
Yeah, well, figure that. Well, it's up to you. I have ball. I will help both of you get ball. It'll be more cheerleading than actual helping because everything's not hard to do on ball. It's just tricky. Like, all you have to do is touch a pebble and you've done it.
You have to be tricksy.
But it's getting to where you can touch the pebble that's tricky. So there's not a lot a person can do other than cheerlead you on. And in those cases where there's a mob, I can run in there and distract it and get you a cleaner shot. So if you're feeling that, if today's the day, or if you're like, nah, I don't need that kind of stress, then we'll leave ball alone and we'll do the rep thing.
Yep. I really don't know.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Get a coin off your desk and flip it, or yeah. I'm motivated for ball, though. I really need to do the rep thing. So if it's about my self-interest, it's the rep thing, because tomorrow, if we don't have it done, we have to wait another year.
Yeah, let's do the rep thing.
Okay.
We can do pretty much any time.
Well, the rep thing is